What's good, people? How y'all doing, man? My name is Cedric Davis, and I'm here with my beautiful wife, Lashana Davis, and together we are the Davises.
Last time you said we were the Davises.
Last time I said that,
Hmm.
they didn't see the last time because we were having technical difficulties.
Well,
So,
last time you said we were the Davises, like we're not still the Davises, but
yeah.
we're not gonna worry about that.
So again, you know what I'm saying? We just want to make sure everybody knows who it is that we are. You know what I'm saying? We are the Davises.
We are.
Man, this has been a long time coming. We've talked about putting out some type of content for quite some time. Just to give you a little history about who it is that we are. We've been married this year will be 19 years that we've been married, been together for over 20. Um, whew, man, it's been a road, but you know what
It's
I'm saying?
it's been a little minute.
Yeah, all glory to God that we're still present. Um, we have five beautiful kids. The oldest is 26, and he's getting ready to turn 27 in August.
Hmm.
And the youngest is 4, and he's getting ready to turn 5 in December. So,
And our
man,
grandbaby will be 5 in March.
and a grandbaby. Yeah, that's
And a
that's right.
dog.
And a dog. Yeah, it's almost like some Maury Povich, Jerry Springer type little stuff that we got going on. But man, nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? All glory to God for blessing us with the family that we have. I definitely wouldn't trade it for the world. Um,
So you
yeah,
you gonna get up and run?
nah, I'm not going to the store and get milk or
I
anything.
mean, because you said Martin Povich though, or Jerry
Yeah,
Springer. You know they
Maury.
always take off running.
Nah, at this point, you know what I'm saying? You got too much of my information. I don't feel like I could get
I do
away
have a
with it.
social, so
You know what I'm saying? So
it
it
does
is.
work in my
Yeah.
favor.
So that is what it is.
The entire social.
The entire social. I think she knows it better than I do.
I do.
That's all good though. I've been serving in the army for the last 25 years. My wife is also a veteran. She served in the Air Force for 4 years. Yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We'll just leave it at that. She was in the Air Force.
I
That's
was I was in
yeah.
the Air Force, and it was a good time.
Okay.
Um, I
You what? Choose your words carefully.
I met some really amazing people
Okay.
in my short 4 years.
You sound like such a politician,
I would
but
have I would
that's
have done more
okay. That's not a problem. Yep, that would have done more. Yes,
in
that
the
part
army.
in the army.
In the
Okay.
army.
Hey man, listen. That's what it is. But you know what I'm saying. Nonetheless, that's where we are. Again, we've been together for 19 years. This year we'll be married. Together more than 20. Um, we've seen and experienced quite a bit in our time together. Feel like we've grown a lot. Feel like we've arrived to a place of figuring some things out and developing a better understanding about what it is to be, you know what I'm saying, married and what a married couple actually looks like and parenting and careers and just finding balance and all of that stuff, man. Like yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's been a journey, but it's not one that I would change for anything. We were sitting down one day, just you know what I'm saying, having a conversation years ago, and this was actually my wife that suggested that hey, we should share some content with other you know what I'm saying married couples who may be younger or who may also you know what I'm saying be older or you know what I'm saying parallel with where we are and just share our experiences with
Or
them.
maybe younger in maybe not in age, but in their marriage or
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
We can all learn from each other. Even people who have been married longer can still learn from.
Yeah,
We can learn
definitely,
from each other. Is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't. I
definitely.
don't think it matters who's been married longer. It's just you give a little bit of information and take a little bit of information.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And again, this content is definitely not just going to be specifically aimed at just marriages. It'll also broach the topic or you know what I'm saying the subject of what it is to be a man or what it is to be a woman or you know what I'm saying parenting. And if you all hear the noise in the background, again, we do have 5 kids and a puppy. And they know that we're recording right now. So
so they're
yeah,
doing their best gymnastics as we speak. They're
yeah,
flipping and cartwheeling and bumping and
yeah,
everything else. So
So
It is our life. This is what our house usually sounds like.
yes, definitely, and we want to make sure that we're authentically ourselves. We're not here to try and provide um, a presentation or a persona of perfection or anything of that nature. Like we live our lives. You know what I'm saying? We're
In a
still
loud way.
yeah, in a loud way, we're still figuring some things out. With the things that we've learned, we've applied them, and you know what I'm saying, grown from them, and just trying to now make sure that we're in a place of sharing with others, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, something that we discuss in our time together will lead to some growth and some opportunity for someone that may come across this content and see what it is that we're discussing. You know what I'm saying, present day. So again, you know what I'm saying, the inspiration of my wife, because I'm really not a fan of being on camera. I'm not, you know what I'm saying. I think I get that from my mom. My mom doesn't like to take pictures, and I think
I don't mind it.
yeah, and it's not that I mind it. I'm just not a yeah.
But I mean, I told you before, I think you look good on camera,
Okay,
so that works.
thank you for the compliment. You're beautiful as well. Yeah. So we'll just make sure we you know what I'm saying.
What he said, this guy.
This guy.
This guy.
Yeah, for real. But you know what I'm saying? Just making sure that we kind of make sure we remain authentic and not provide any kind of fluff content or anything of that nature, man. We often say that when we were younger, we wish we had something to kind of reference as it relates to what it looked like in a proper context of being a husband or a wife or what marriage is, man. I mean, I feel like the areas in which we've grown and the areas in which we've, you know what I'm saying, became better and matured is definitely been like a learning process and a learning curve. So, you know what I'm saying. We've lived all over the world, like
We
yeah, we.
we haven't.
Oh, we haven't lived also. So
I've
you
lived all over the world.
okay? Turn this phone off. I don't want that.
He's lived in the South,
Okay.
and Germany,
Okay.
and Columbia, Missouri.
Okay. That's it.
I mean, he's visited other places,
Ah,
but he's
visited
not.
other
He's not
places.
lived all over the world. I mean, he's no, he has not lived all over the world.
Okay. I mean, we'll go with that. I
I've lived all
mean,
over the world.
yeah, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? We'll go with that.
Yeah.
So it's all
I mean,
good.
the truth. You have to go with the truth.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, we'll leave that right where it is. I'm sure we'll get back to that at some point. But yeah, we've lived, you know what I'm saying, in numerous places. Let me
We'll
say
go
that
with that. I
because
like
of
the
because of
yes.
our military careers and
Okay, we'll go with
everything
that.
else. And we've gotten to meet some beautiful people. We've got to learn from some individuals. We've gotten to get to a place of experiencing different culture and just seeing other people do things differently. And I feel like that has allowed us to grow in a number of ways. So again, we just want to make sure we share some of that with others, and also as we're still figuring certain things out, we also want to share that as well. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we still like by no means have we figured this thing out. So we're still in the midst of bringing it all together and ensuring that we effectively communicate with one another so that we grow as a husband and wife and become better as a mother and a father, and also just you know what I'm saying, who it is that we are and what we represent. Just want to ensure that everyone knows that I am a man of faith, a man of God. I am a follower of Christ. I try to ensure that I lead my family in a way that is in alignment with the principles that I identified in God's word. And you know what I'm saying? Not perfect, not, hey, definitely not that, but you know what I'm saying? I am intentional, and I am in a place where that is what I reference now whenever I have concerns or questions or anything of that nature. So, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think that's always so interesting that um, when we speak on something that we're comfortable with or something that we know, we have to then go back and say, but I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Because people are going to automatically feel that you think you're perfect in something, or you know everything about something, and that's not at all, what you're saying when you're talking about that. You're just
Yeah,
saying
true.
this is what you reference, this is what you believe in.
Hmm.
And it's just always, it's it's a little bit.
It's I mean it's interesting. I mean we know what that is. I mean it's the world we live in, and you know what I'm saying, society and everything else, and we just want to be careful.
To not offend anyone.
Yeah, definitely, because I feel like we're very humble in terms of who it is that we are as a married couple, and also in our individual, you know what I'm saying, environment. So we definitely want to be mindful of what it is that we project, or you know what I'm saying, what it is that we give off. So definitely that. Again, as we've grown, there have been some lessons that we've learned that have made us better in our capacity of being, you know, husband and wife, and you know what I'm saying, that has solidified us. Again, just giving glory and honor to God, man. Like there were some seasons where we necessarily didn't know if we would, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we,
Yeah.
man.
No, we there were times it was nothing but God that kept us together because
Yeah,
we were
definitely.
not going to make it.
Yeah, definitely,
We
definitely.
were we were not going to make it.
Yeah.
I would throw things, I would break things.
I mean, you ain't gotta. Yeah, I don't want them to look at
I
you
mean,
differently.
but I
Yeah,
mean, if we're gonna be honest.
yeah,
I mean, we're
we definitely gonna be honest.
but I think that was a part of our growing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
definitely. Cause I definitely did not know what it meant to be a husband when we first got married. I truly did not understand. Like I was so far off, and I'm originally from the New Orleans area. Let me be very specific for all of my people that are from New Orleans, because I know this is I'm from New Orleans, but you know what I'm saying. Nah, I'm off of the West Bank. You know what I'm saying. Let me be very clear with that, because you know my people from New Orleans, they start talking about the color of your street signs and be like, oh man, you ain't from. So you know what I'm saying. Let me clear that up real quick. I'm off of the West Bank.
but let me offer this though.
Yeah.
They talk about the color of the street signs of words they don't
We'll
pronounce
we'll do that
correctly.
later. Let's get in that.
They
Let's do that
will
later.
see a
Uh,
word and make up something completely different.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what it is. I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's a part of the culture. But getting to the original point that I was gonna make, like, being from New Orleans and growing up in that area, we just move a little bit different. Like culturally, like we're a different animal, man. Like New Orleans is like none other place that I've ever been. Like, you know what I'm saying? Love my city greatly. Definitely have had some great times, and you know what I'm saying, everything else. But I don't feel as if I had the most accurate picture of what it looked like to, you know what I'm saying, operate in a function in the capacity of being a husband. And not saying that they're not, you know what I'm saying, marriages or couples that are in New Orleans that are thriving, but I feel as if the circles that I may have placed myself in didn't allow me to, you know what I'm saying, necessarily see that in a way that I should have. So definitely with some growing pains. I definitely, man, listen, I thank God for my wife remaining patient and sticking with me as I figured like a lot of that stuff out and arrived to the place that we've arrived to now. You know what I'm saying? And still, again, still growing. I know I still probably work on her nerves at certain points and times, but you know,
Yeah, that's part of the growing though.
yeah,
But I mean, I
definitely.
do want to say, we both come from two parent households.
Yes,
We
definitely,
both
definitely. Yes.
have, my father is no longer with us,
Mm-hmm.
but my brother and I share the same mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
Same with my husband. My husband's parents have been married now for um,
45 years.
45 years.
Yeah, 45 years they've been together.
So, and he has two brothers and sisters. And so it is just, I think, cultural.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to do with religious background.
Yeah.
And am I saying it right? Religious background, like
I mean, yeah, we can
religious
reference it.
practices.
Mm.
And then I also think it has to do with times changing.
Yeah,
Marriage
definitely.
doesn't look the same
Yeah.
as it looked when our grandparents were married or when our parents were married. And I don't think it'll look the same when our 5-year-old, our 4-year-old who will be 5,
Yeah.
when he is married, I don't think that his marriage will look like our marriage.
Nah.
So I think, although our parents absolutely did an amazing job being
Yes,
married for
definitely.
their time.
Yes.
It just wasn't applicable to our time.
Yes,
So I think
definitely.
that we brought in a lot of ideas from our parents and our grandparents and aunts and uncles and
Hmm.
cousins and whomever, and it just didn't fit. And so it was, um, we had to unpack a lot
Yes.
and get rid of a lot of good information
Hmm.
that just didn't fit.
That just didn't apply to us. Yeah, and and again, you know what I'm saying. I feel like every marriage is unique. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. I don't feel like any marriage or any family dynamic, you know what I'm saying, is a one size fits all type dynamic. I mean, and then you mix that in with the fact that um, we're a military family, and you know what I'm saying. You're a military brat, and we move every 3 years. You know what I'm saying. That's also another set of challenges you have to juggle, and you know what I'm saying. Keeping a play, new people, new relationships, new, you know what I'm saying, everything. So, and I feel like that, you know what I'm saying, also is impactful in a way. So again, yes, you know what I'm saying. Our parents, I feel as if they did a phenomenal job. Just yeah, again, let me say that, and what it is that they showed us for their time. But I don't necessarily know if all of it, you know what I'm saying, fit into what it is that we aspire to be. I'm saying, as a husband and as a wife. So nonetheless, we've, you know what I'm saying, tried to make this thing unique to us. You know, I mean, I often, you know what I'm saying, as I said earlier, reference the Bible for, you know what I'm saying, clarity and direction. And the one thing that, you know what I'm saying, about marriage that the Bible says is that you leave your mother and your father, and the two become one flesh. And, you know what I'm saying, and becoming one flesh, I think that also means that we have to, you know what I'm saying, kind of like not necessarily forget about the previous lives that we lived when we were single, but make sure that we don't bring that stuff into, you know what I'm saying, a marriage. And I know I personally, I did that, you know what I'm saying, early on. I personally tried to merge my life as single Cedric with the mannerisms and the ideologies and everything else that I had, and bring that into who it is that we were, you know what I'm saying, as husband and wife. So and I feel like we suffered for it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there were times that I may have caused unnecessary hurt or whatever else in my marriage. I know I did. You know what I'm saying? I know I did, and I definitely try to make amends and apologize for it. But I just feel like if there was some things I had known, you know what I'm saying, early on when I was younger, that I could have handled situations differently, and you know what I'm saying, not have caused the level of hurt that has been caused, and you know what I'm saying, us having to go through that healing process and everything else. So that's kind of like what it is.
But I think that part of that for me is learning. And I think that I'm still learning. I think that I'm going to learn until, until the end of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'll keep learning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that when the things that maybe hurt me,
Mm-hmm.
they hurt me not because you were trying to be hurtful
Mm-hmm.
or trying to be, disrespectful or, whatever. I think that I misunderstood it because of your culture.
Yeah.
I misunderstood
Mm-hmm.
it because we were raised different.
Mm-hmm.
I misunderstood it because my parents weren't your parents, my grandparents weren't your grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
And I think had I, if I had approached it different,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we both could have done some things
Oh
differently.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
yeah,
know
definitely.
that I brought some things into the marriage, um, that I still fight with, that
Mm-hmm.
I still have trouble with
Yeah.
undoing or, you know, whatever, because it's how you're wired. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
definitely.
raised a certain way and you're
Mm-hmm.
taught something, and your behaviors, your mannerisms, or what have you. They are things that carry with you
Mm-hmm.
because they become who you are.
Yes.
And so I think that in marriage you have to really, um, you have to be willing to give up some things that are comfortable for you
Mm-hmm.
or some things that you believe in order to have a successful marriage. And I think also it makes a difference with the people that are around you.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
because I think,
Definitely.
I'm not gonna speak for a man because I've never been a man,
Mm-hmm.
but I know for women, um, it is always a thing of, oh, you're letting him do, or you're letting him make you behave, or you're
Mm-hmm.
letting him this or the third, and I think it's hard for some women to realize it's not that you are changing for the man necessarily. You're
Yeah, not
changing
at all.
for your marriage. Um, you're changing for your family. You have to identify what's most important. Is it more important that I um, hold on to this belief system,
Hmm.
or do what's best for my family? And sometimes that's very difficult to do. It could take a long time, and you may do it little by little, but you have to be dedicated to doing that if your marriage and your family is important to you. And I think
Yeah.
you also have to identify that when you say your family is not your parents' family, which would be your parents and your siblings, you and your siblings. Your family is now your
Yeah, the one
spouse
that
and
you've
your
created. Yeah,
children.
definitely.
So what might be better for, say, my mother for me to do
Hmm.
may not be best for my children and my husband, but my priority is not my mom.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is, we say that now, where we
Years
are, you know
later,
what I'm saying, years
right?
later. But I think when we were younger, like
We
that
were very
definitely was
timid.
not. Yeah, that was definitely not the framework that we, you know what I'm saying, referenced, or you know what I'm saying. That definitely was not the vantage point that we had at that particular moment. But again, man, just giving glory and honor to God for breathing something new into us and allowing us to go through those battles and those challenges, and making it to a place of being able to now, look back on those times and say, hey, man, I was tripping or whatever else. And you know what I'm saying? Just kind of make sure that we take responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I know you do as well, but I often take responsibility for those things that, you know what I'm saying, I know that have caused hurt, and so on and so forth. But again, this was supposed to be a introduction video, and I think we kind of, you know what I'm saying, dug in a little bit, but that's not a
But I think
problem. You know what I'm
this
saying?
was a good introduction, though.
Yeah, definitely, because you know what I'm saying, they can see a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, what the topics will be and some of the stuff that we'll talk about. But we'll also talk about rearing our children, man, like, because the way we parent now in comparison to the way we, you know what I'm saying, initially parented is completely different. I'm sure our oldest, I'm sure Jordan would, you know what I'm saying, and just to give you, our kids' names are Jordan. Man, I got so many kids. Jordan,
Jordan, Milan,
yeah.
Brooklyn, London, and Cairo.
Saying I know my kids' names. I have nicknames for them, and I didn't, you know what I'm saying, but I know my kids'
Are
names.
you?
Yeah, I know their names. You know what I'm saying? Like the, so I don't want anybody to be like, man, this guy doesn't even know his kid. Yeah, I know my kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where I got a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So
You know,
yeah,
it's like when your parents will call one of you, but from the tone of their voice, you know they meant the other one, so you
yeah,
you would come
definitely,
instead.
definitely, yeah. So
It's like
I
that.
might start just saying like number one or whatever else it
Just
is
call
that,
them the kid or the boy,
yeah.
the girl, the boy and the girl. That's what
But
we'll
we
call them.
got, but we have three boys and two girls. You know what I'm saying?
Boy
So
number one, boy number two, boy number three.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah,
No,
and the boys are like, so the oldest is a boy, then the next two are girls, um, and
and then
then
boy,
the
boy.
final two are boys. So yeah, the baby, if we would have had him first, I don't know if we would have had any more kids.
I
He's
know.
been a
Yeah,
challenge. Yeah,
people say if I had my last child first, I wouldn't have
yeah,
any more.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think it's a real thing
Yeah,
because
that's
he is.
he's different.
But is he different because we're older?
I think he's different because we're older. But one thing I do realize is, you know what I'm saying, we were blessed to have them at the perfect time. We were blessed to have him at the perfect time because of who we are now. I don't
You're more
know if the younger,
patient
I'm far more patient. Like,
because I think
wow.
that if you had him first,
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, if I'd have had him first, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that would have looked. Because I have, you know what I'm saying, again, you know what I'm saying, just to be able to get to this place in life is beautiful. But man, like, ooh, when I was in my 20s, to have Saint, man, I don't know.
so
I'm saying,
Cairo, his middle name is Saint. So if you hear
yeah,
us say Saint, that is who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Cairo and Saint are the same
Same
kid.
kid,
So
yes.
they're not different children.
Yeah, he Cairo Saint, you know what I'm saying? But like it's I got so many. My kids have multiple names, and it's crazy that they remember all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
because they remember the names, the nicknames, all of that. But again, just getting back to it, like we'll talk about parenting because we definitely parent different. I don't feel as if we parent the same. We'll talk about what life looks like.
Travel.
Travel. We'll talk about different things that we get a chance to experience, and how that shapes into our lives. We'll also spend time, talking about various topics and different things with regards to life. There'll be a number of times we may discuss what it looks like to be a man currently, or what it looks like to be a woman. Not that I'm a woman, so during those conversations, I may just ask questions and sit back and listen and learn. And yeah, that's exactly what I'll do because I don't know what it's like to be a woman. Not even, yeah. And I really don't want to know. I feel like it's the greatest thing in the world to be a man. Yes.
No,
It is.
I
Yes.
disagree.
I feel as if it's the greatest thing in the world to be a
So why are
man
you making that face?
because I love being a man.
But that's so weird, though.
Oh, I know, but I just love being a man. Yes, definitely. Yes, love it. So we'll talk about stuff such as that. And man, we'll be as transparent as possible. Of course, there are some things that
We won't
we
touch
won't touch.
because it's not your business.
Yeah, and my wife, she'll say that. I feel like I'll say it this way: we won't touch those things because we don't know if they'll be of any benefit. You know what I'm saying to what it is that.
So,
Yeah,
since this is an introduction, I'll say that
yeah,
I'm the one.
yeah. Go
He
ahead.
he is more. He will find the politically correct way of saying things, and I
She may not. Yeah,
may
so
not.
she
I
she may
might
not.
just
She might just go.
might
Yeah.
just say it.
Yeah. So we'll see how that pans out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
But I am going to do my absolute best
to do what.
to not curse because that's some
Yeah, I
that
don't want
is
her
a
cursing. Oof.
I'm on a journey to not curse as much as I once did
Yes.
because
Yes.
my husband has asked me to
Yes.
not use such colorful language.
Yes, I don't want her to be, the head of the cursing ministry. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want her to be the president and all of that stuff of the cursing ministry. So yes, I have asked, and I feel as if she's grown in a lot of ways in that area, man. Like definitely. We'll also talk about what it looks like. As my wife says, she is definitely on a journey. She and I are both in a place where we're growing. We're actually in the middle of, you know what I'm saying, better understanding what it looks like to have an experiential and intimate relationship with Christ, with regards to that. So there'll be some things we'll touch upon as it relates to that. Again, not from a standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, presenting it as, you know what I'm saying, the gospel or doctrine, but we'll just share our experiences and how, you know what I'm saying, we unpack those things and how they unfold and everything else of that nature. Man, we'll discuss some things as it relates to, the different challenges that we've, you know what I'm saying, encountered and how we work through those challenges.
Can Let me say this.
Yes.
And we'll also discuss how the walk with God has changed us as husband and wife.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I think that's
definitely,
important to
definitely.
know
That's changed.
where
Oof.
we were when we first got married. And I think, of course, we both always had a relationship with God, but it may not have been as intentional. So the way we approach things in the beginning of our marriage
Yes.
definitely was approached in a different manner because we were not necessarily listening to the voice of God the way we're listening to it now.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I think those are things that matter when you are looking at having a successful marriage. Because if you are doing things based on your emotion and your
Man.
ego and
Oof.
your how you want to do things, it is going to be a lot harder for you
I agree.
to navigate being married. It'll be a lot harder for you to, as a woman, navigate being submissive in the biblical sense versus the
What the world
worldly
says.
sense.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say something about being submissive to a husband, if you don't understand, or if you don't hear the voice of God, if you don't understand when you're hearing the voice of God, you'll automatically think it's something completely different
Yeah,
than
definitely.
what it really means. So
Definitely.
I
And
think that's something that we definitely need to discuss, because
yeah, we will. We
I think
will.
that would help a lot of people.
And just to kind of like piggyback off of what you said, I mean, and I think there are a lot of men that, you know what I'm saying, that will often complain, or often, you know what I'm saying, give off the grievance that they don't feel as if the wives are as submissive as they should be. But I tell every brother that I come into contact with present day, like, man, we have to give them something to submit to. We As they're submitting to us as their husbands, we have to submit to Christ as the head of our lives, and ensure that we're not just being pulled in any and every direction by any and every individual, you know what I'm saying, because of, you know what I'm saying, their presentation, or you know what I'm saying, what they're saying sounds cool. So it definitely is something that has changed us, and I feel like it's allowed us to grow for the better.
Absolutely.
The way we disagree is different. The way we handle those challenges is completely different. Doesn't mean, listen, and let me say this, and I want to be absolutely transparent and clear when I say this. We in no way, shape, or form are saying that we have a perfect marriage.
Right.
That's not what we're saying at all. What we're saying is, you know what I'm saying, we have a marriage that has been battle tested, and as our marriage was being battle tested, we were equipped with certain tools and resources, and we've grown and gotten to a place that has allowed us to operate in our respective spaces, you know what I'm saying, as husband and wife, in a completely different manner. So we just want to again share that, and also as it relates to everything else, man, like friendships, relationships, like, man, my wife, she, you know what I'm saying, she'll be like, hey, what you want for dinner? I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, let me pray about that. And of course, you know what I'm saying, that's how she'll coin it. But again, there's every facet of my life, you know what I'm saying, I take it to God in prayer when it comes to the important things, especially because as it says in His Word, in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He'll make straight your path. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, pray often. You know what I'm saying, I pray without ceasing. And my wife is like, boy, listen, I just asked
I
you
just
if you
want to know what
want,
you want for dinner.
yeah, what you
That's
want for
it.
dinner.
Like, I
You
don't
boy, you
need.
got to talk to God about that. And it's a running joke
It
with us,
is.
but
It is.
you
But
know,
because here's the thing. He is a much better cook. I often
uh,
tell my friends, I will lie for you, but I will not lie to you. So here's the thing. He's a great cook.
thank you.
I cook so we don't die. So
Okay,
so that's you have to eat.
so we don't die.
We're not gonna
Okay.
die. I will make sure we don't die. But he's an amazing cook, um, and he cooks with love, and he's
Oh
taking his
yeah,
time. For
definitely.
me, I just want to make sure we don't die. So it's whatever. So I already approach it like I don't want to cook. I just want him to retire, so he can cook.
Yeah,
Because
isn't
I
that
don't because
something?
I don't want to do it. So if I already don't want to cook, and then I say to you, what do you want to eat?
Yeah.
And then it takes forever.
I mean, you know,
It is too much for me. And
sometimes that's a
then
task though, figuring out what to eat.
the task is cooking it. It's
Yeah,
not the task is not. What do you okay right now? What do you want to eat?
I
I
I
bet you know. I bet you right this second can say, I want a bowl of ice cream. I want
I really
yogurt.
don't.
I
I
want
don't
Chipotle.
Chipotle. Listen,
You
we're
want
not.
Chipotle.
Yeah, I really don't know what I. But if like dinner tonight, I'm glad you've already fed the kids, and they've gotten squared away, because I right now I really don't know what I want to eat, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't know what I want to eat. So you know what I'm
And let's
saying?
also make this clear, going back to, you know, being a decent wife, and that
Yeah.
if he would eat, I would definitely prepare his food first.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Definitely,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But if he chooses to not eat, or he chooses to pray about what he wants, or or take forever, then I have to feed the children because they can't die.
Yeah,
It's my job to keep them alive. I've been tasked with keeping the tiny humans alive, so that's what I do.
yeah, they and I feel like they're okay. I feel like they do well. So again, this was very intentional to be a introductory video, just to kind of give you guys some insight about who we were. I'm sure we've left something out, but at some point, I'm sure we'll, you know what I'm saying, we'll bring it up and, you know, allow it to be discussed. Our oldest daughter, she just graduated from high school this week. You know what I'm saying?
On the
Big
30th.
big shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? We're so proud of her and what it is that she's doing, and the way she's driven in her goals, man. Let me say this, man. I definitely stay on my kids and try to rear them in a certain way. And I'm sure they said like, man, my dad is always on me, but I just want to take this time to actually acknowledge the fact that we have been blessed with some very amazing kids, man. Like each of them are uniquely beautiful in their own way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful that God entrusted us to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be in their lives and allow them to be in our lives. And you know what I'm saying? Because they've allowed us to grow in ways that I never envisioned or imagined. I mean, especially my sons, you know what I'm saying? Those guys, that's my dudes. But my daughters touched a part of me that I never, you know what I'm saying, imagine would have been touched had it not been, you know what I'm saying, for that. So again, man, we are the Davises. We are looking forward to sharing content with you. We are looking forward to trying to provide some insight and share with you some of the tools and the things that, you know, have worked for us along the way, and just also just give you a peek into our lives, man, and be as transparent as God leads us to. You know what I'm saying? Remember, if God doesn't, you know what I'm saying, lead us to it, like that's, yeah, I'm not, yeah, I try not to do anything outside of the will of God. I'm not always
So he
perfect
may
at it.
not eat tonight if God doesn't tell him what to
Nah,
eat.
nah, I'm gonna eat. Yeah, this we so listen, we have an abundance of food, and we have three refrigerators. We like, so it's something in one of those three that I'm sure we'll eat. So you know what I'm saying? That's
I,
cool.
I'm gonna eat because I know what I want to eat.
Yeah, and I still don't know. So, again, we're looking forward to this journey and going forward with you all, and seeing what this grows into. Again, this is our first video. We're new to the whole podcast, YouTube, you know what I'm saying, social media world type vibe or whatever. So, well,
I'm
I am.
I say I've made videos.
Yeah,
You'll never find them, but
yeah, I have.
they're out there floating around,
Yeah, and I'm lying. I did used to make videos when I was doing my little
exercising and
exercising. Yeah,
things.
when I was running stuff.
But
You
you
know
didn't
what
put
I'm
them on
saying?
YouTube,
I ain't put it on
so
YouTube, but
that
I put it on like
Instagram and
Instagram and
those
stuff like. And
things.
I've been off of social media for like about 8-9 years now. That's
Yeah.
that's also something where, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting back to that piece, and you know what I'm saying, that time off, I really appreciated it. Yeah, because that thing was becoming real toxic to me and for me, in my opinion. So again, we're here just looking to share with you all some content, looking to share with you all, you know what I'm saying, our life's journey, and looking to share with you all what it is that, you know, we're inspired to share. And you know what I'm saying, that being said, if you like the introductory video, and you know what I'm saying, I pray that you'll join us along this journey. What the
Is it
I don't know.
like, share, subscribe?
Yeah, I don't know.
And look, I know that we're new. You've just met us, but if there's anything that you would like to offer as a topic, please leave a comment, and we will consider it.
Yeah,
Now, if you're just being extremely nosy, then I'm not gonna answer you.
there she go.
But if it's something that seems interesting, then we will address it.
Yeah,
Oh, it's nice.
yeah, that was
Just
nice
don't
enough.
be real nosy.
Yeah, I mean, it's as nosy as you are.
See, here's the thing. I'm not
It's
nosy. I'm just well
okay.
informed.
Okay, that sounds good. So again, man, hey, thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, and listen to this content. Hopefully, we've shared enough with you to the point that you want to walk alongside us in this process. And we're just looking forward to sharing with you all, man. So I pray that you all have a blessed evening. I pray that everything is well in your homes. And for those of you that are, you know what I'm saying, currently in the midst of dealing with something, I ask that you all continue to keep your faith and continue to look forward and know that this is only a season, and that, you know what I'm saying, this is something that will definitely pass, and this is not the end all be all for your life. So always keep that into consideration. Always, you know what I'm saying, maintain your faith as it relates to feeling positive and, you know what I'm saying, optimistic. And just don't ever allow yourself to have a defeated mindset, man. When I say this, you know what I'm saying, I mean that genuinely, because I know it's made a great deal of difference in our lives and what it is that we're doing. So everyone have a blessed evening. I don't have anything else to say, unless you got something else.
I don't think that you should end it like that by saying I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just we told these people we gonna be real.
These people.
We told these people we gonna be real.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to address it.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.